Welcome to my new video, and today I want to continue a series that I've been doing on this channel, and the series is 4 episodes of a certain Doctor to recommend to you. Now I'm moving on to the 3rd Doctor. I reviewed his first story last video, I'll put a link in the description for that. But John Pertwee was the 3rd Doctor. He regenerated after a Time Lords exiled him on Earth, and he was more of an action man style Doctor, a 007 Doctor. He was inspired heavily by that time, as near enough James Bond was massive back in the 70s when John Pertwee became a Doctor. So why not make the Doctor like that? I think John Pertwee's era really wouldn't work if it wasn't for John Pertwee himself. His characteristics, the way he was, his character of the Doctor himself, so different to Patrick Troughton's hobo style Time Lord. Now we get a 007 style Time Lord set on Earth, and it's such a good thing to watch. The things that make his stories very different are the fact that they don't have him travelling time and space all the time anymore. The fact that he's stuck on Earth for a lot of his era really says a lot, and Doctor Who still had some of the best episodes of all time with his Doctor. So I personally think his Doctor is seriously great. It's one of the best Doctors in the history of Doctor Who, and I'm really happy just telling you some episodes to recommend. The first episode I have to recommend is, I talked about it yesterday, so I'm not going to get into it too much today, but Spearhead from Space. This is John Pertwee's first ever episode, first ever appearance with your tons, blah blah blah. Said we saw yesterday's video, so if you want to see a proper talk about that, it's right in the description. But it's a great episode. I love this episode. It's the first colour episode. It's just such an amazing episode of Doctor Who to watch, and I seriously recommend it. The next episode we have is an anniversary special. I've mentioned it quite a few times in one video, and that is The 3 Doctors. The 3 Doctors is a fantastic story. It has Patrick Troughton and William Hartnell in. The first 3 Doctors, as they realise they encounter Omega, a massive Time Lord villain. As I said, that introduces him, a great villain in Doctor Who that seriously should return for the new era. The highlights of the story have to be with Patrick Troughton and the 3rd Doctor's banter together. They seriously have hilarious chemistry with each other, and it's such a pleasure to watch it over and over again. It's a massive first anniversary story, so it's the first episode to really say, let's put some Doctors together and have this big massive event. Sadly, it's also William Hartnell's final appearance in Doctor Who, as when he filmed this he was seriously ill and he passed away a few years after making this, so he didn't return for the 5 Doctors, which is really quite sad. But the screen time he had, he was fantastic. He was William Hartnell, he was a sass, and the insults he had to a Doctor was hilarious. The next story I have right now is a really introduction story again. It's a great story. It's a first story for 2 things: the Centaurans and Sarah Jane Smith. And the story I'm on about now is The Time Warrior. I would watch this story for the fact that it's got such a great plot. The Centauran is so awesome in this story, and it's just the fact Sarah Jane Smith's first story. Come on people, she is such a good companion in Doctor Who. And my final story is a Dalek story, and this story just twists the whole idea of the Daleks upside down. It's not the Daleks against the Doctor as much in the story. It's not them seeing him, shooting him, the Doctor try to run away, find a way to stop them, go away as Matardis happy ending. And if you know what I'm on about right now, you know I am on about Death to the Daleks. Death to the Daleks is such a funny, good story for the fact that it twists the whole idea of the Doctor and the Daleks' relationship slightly, as they have to team up together. Power from Matardis starts draining on this planet. I'm not going to spoil too much on why it's doing it, but also happens to the Daleks as well. So they have to team up, work together, and it's just so funny to see the Daleks get beaten up, running, telling for mercy, just running, well, gliding towards someone saying mercy. It's so funny, it really is. And John Pertwee is fantastic. It is one of my favourite John Pertwee Dalek stories of all time. So there you have it. There is my top 4 episodes to recommend for the 3rd Doctor for New Who beginners. Now, I love his Doctor. He is one of my favourites. He's in my top 5. No idea where to put him, but he's there. What did you think of my list? Did you like this list? Have you seen these stories? If you have, tell me below in the comments and tell me what you think of my list. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you later. See ya.